Hey guys, welcome to Reform Nerd. You saw the thumbnail. Today we're going to be talking about some of the things that Jesus and Batman have in common. And we're actually going to be talking about 4 things that you probably never heard of that they have in common. Alright guys, so the first thing that you probably didn't know is that both Jesus and Batman are used in different cities around the world. You'd be surprised to know that there is a city in Turkey that is named Batman. And a fun fact about this is that the mayor of this city is trying to sue Warner Brothers for using the name of the city, Batman, without permission. In that same way, I did a little digging and it turns out that there are 21 different cities around the world with the name Jesus. The second thing that you probably didn't know about Batman and Jesus is that they're both very good at slipping away. Now, if you're familiar with Batman, you know that Batman's trademark is disappearing when you least expect it. And it's actually seen a lot of the times when he is communicating or talking to poor Gordon. And to be honest with you, I don't even know why Gordon still puts up with it. I've never seen an episode or anything like that where he confronts him about the fact that he leaves him hanging every time that they have a conversation. Now, Jesus in that same way is noted multiple times within scripture where he slips away. For example, Luke 5:6 says, "But Jesus himself would often slip away to the wilderness to pray." John 5:13 says, "But the man who was healed did not know who he was, for Jesus had slipped away while there was a crowd in that place." Matthew 14:13 says, "On hearing this, Jesus slipped away privately by boat to be alone." And fun fact about this is that this is a moment that happens before Jesus feeds the 5,000. This is the part in the Bible where Jesus multiplies the fish and the bread, for those of you that remember. Another thing that you may not know about Batman and Jesus is that their books are both characterized by different eras. For example, when it comes to Batman's publication, it is known by 3 distinct eras. You have your Golden Age, where you have a more dark, serious Batman. You have your Silver Age, where we had the Adam West, that funny Batman. And then you have the Bronze Age, where you have a Batman that really appears to be unstable, or as unstable as the enemy that he actually fights. So when it comes to Jesus in the Bible, people typically look at the Bible and they say you have the Old Testament and you have the New Testament. But you really have 3 eras going on here. You have the Old Testament, where people are hoping for the Messiah. They're hoping for Jesus. You have the Gospels, which happens during the time that Jesus is alive, right? He is present. And then you have the New Testament that happens after Jesus' death and resurrection. Now, the last thing that both of these guys have in common is that they both always have a plan. Now, in one of the Justice League movies, we see depicted a time where the Justice League is being under attack and they're actually being defeated. And it turns out that this was a contingency plan that was put in place by Batman in case they were ever to turn evil or they would be brainwashed in some way, shape, or form. Now, what happens in the movie and what we discover is that somebody snuck into the Batcave and stole his plans. And even for that, we find out that Batman had a plan where as soon as those files were hacked, they would phone back home, and this is what they used to track the person that stole these plans. Now, when it comes to Jesus, we see in scripture that he was always in control and things always happen according to his plan. Now, we see multiple times in scriptures where Jesus is quoted saying, "My time has not yet come." And for those that don't know, Jesus' ultimate plan here on earth was to sacrifice himself, die on the cross, and resurrect. So we have a few scriptures that we can look at where this is happening. John 2:4 says, "And Jesus said to her," speaking to his mom, "Woman, what does this have to do with me? My hour has not yet come." John 7:8 says, "You go up to the feast. I am not going to this feast, for my time has not yet fully come." John 7:30 says, "So they were seeking to arrest him, but no one laid hands on him because his hour had not yet come." And finally, John 17:1 says, "When Jesus had spoken these words, he lifted up his eyes to heaven and said, 'Father, the hour has come. Glorify your Son, that the Son may glorify you.'" So we see in all these verses that Jesus ultimately did things according to the proper timing. Alright guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to share, like, and subscribe. We're almost at 600 subscribers, so thank you for all of you that have been supporting this channel. As always, I just want to remind you that we must persevere.